You know what worries me the most? Millions of people are walking around right now with a silent fire burning inside their bodies, and they don't even realize it's happening. If you've been tired for no reason, waking up with stiff joints, noticing brain fog that won't go away, or struggling with belly fat that refuses to budge, your body is sending you a warning signal. Most people try turmeric, supplements, or expensive powders hoping for relief, but none of them address the real issue. Today, I'm going to show you the one food researchers at major universities say can calm inflammation faster than turmeric and work at a deeper level in your body. You're going to learn why inflammation controls your energy, your pain levels, your mood, your metabolism, and even your long-term disease risk. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use this one food to start feeling better. If you're serious about your health, make sure you watch until the end and subscribe so you never miss these research-based videos. Let's start with something most people never hear from their doctor. You can have dangerously high inflammation and still feel perfectly fine, at least for a while. Your body tries to protect you, so it hides the symptoms until the damage becomes too big to ignore. Think of it like a small fire in your house. At first, you might only smell a little smoke, but if you ignore it, the flames spread, and by the time you see them, the damage has already begun. That's exactly what's happening inside millions of people every day. Inflammation slowly eats away at your joints, your brain, your metabolism, your heart, even your immune system. But here's the good news. There is a natural, safe, scientifically proven food that can calm this fire faster than turmeric ever could. And it's probably something you've never been told to use. Before I reveal it, you need to understand what inflammation is actually doing inside your body. Chronic inflammation isn't just soreness or swelling. It is the root problem behind many of the conditions people fear the most. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health explain that chronic inflammation contributes to heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, arthritis, and even some cancers. The World Health Organization states that chronic diseases driven by inflammation are the #1 threat to human health. A landmark study in Nature Medicine even found that inflammatory damage is directly tied to the leading causes of disability and early death worldwide. Let's make this simple. Inflammation is your body's alarm system. When something is wrong, your body sends out chemicals to fight the problem. But when that alarm never turns off, those same chemicals begin attacking healthy tissues. If you're over 40, sit for long hours, carry extra belly fat, or deal with constant stress, your body is more vulnerable than you think. The toughest part is that most doctors don't routinely test for inflammatory markers. They'll look at your cholesterol or your blood sugar, but inflammation is often ignored until something becomes severe. That's why so many people walk around with symptoms they can't explain. And this brings us to a crucial point. There is a food that can help reverse this inflammatory cycle naturally, faster than turmeric, more reliably than most supplements, backed by real research from respected universities. Before I tell you what it is, you need to know the 5 warning signs that your body is inflamed right now. The first sign is persistent tiredness, especially when you wake up. If you're sleeping 7 or 8 hours and still feel exhausted, that's a warning. Inflammation interferes with your mitochondria, which are the power generators inside your cells. If they can't recharge properly, your energy collapses. This has nothing to do with laziness. This is your biology struggling to function. The second sign is morning joint stiffness. If your knees, hips, or fingers feel tight or sore when you get out of bed, that's inflammation building up in your joints overnight. Your body is telling you something is wrong, and ignoring it only allows the irritation to grow. The third sign is brain fog or memory trouble. Inflammation doesn't stay in your body, it reaches your brain. Studies show that people with high inflammatory markers have slower recall, more brain fog, and a higher risk of dementia later in life. If you find yourself forgetting names or losing track of simple tasks, this could be your reason. The fourth sign is stubborn belly fat. Most people don't realize that fat cells create inflammation, especially around your waistline. This leads to a frustrating cycle. More belly fat means more inflammation. More inflammation means more fat storage. That's why dieting often doesn't work unless inflammation is addressed first. The fifth sign is gum irritation or bleeding when you brush. Almost everyone ignores this, but inflammation in your gums is directly connected to heart inflammation. The American Heart Association has made this very clear. Your gums can reveal inflammation long before your heart does. If any of these signs sound familiar, you need to know the food that researchers say has the power to calm this internal fire, and do it faster than turmeric. The food is tart cherries, specifically Montmorency tart cherries. It might sound simple, but the science behind them is extraordinary. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine ran a high-quality clinical study where patients with knee osteoarthritis drank tart cherry juice for 6 weeks. Their pain scores dropped significantly, and their CRP levels, one of the most important blood markers for inflammation, also fell. Another study examined adults with long-term joint issues who consumed tart cherry juice daily for 4 months. They showed improved mobility, less pain, and measurable changes in their cartilage health. Even more impressive, a recent study conducted by researchers in the United Kingdom found that drinking diluted Montmorency tart cherry juice twice a day reduced gut inflammation by 40% in people with ulcerative colitis. They also reported real improvements in quality of life. Now compare this with turmeric. Turmeric is helpful, but the body absorbs less than 5% of it unless it's combined with black pepper. Tart cherries, on the other hand, are absorbed immediately and start working within hours. No special preparation, no complicated combinations. Your cells recognize their compounds instantly. So what makes tart cherries so effective? It comes down to a group of antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the same antioxidants found in blueberries, red grapes, and blackberries. But tart cherries contain a much higher concentration of specific anthocyanins linked to inflammation reduction. Studies show they contain types of anthocyanins not found in many other fruits, and they're especially potent in protecting your joints, your brain, and your cardiovascular system. Why tart cherries work so fast? Researchers have discovered that tart cherries contain a unique combination of phytonutrients that go far beyond what turmeric can do. Turmeric has curcumin, which is helpful, but curcumin needs other ingredients to be absorbed. Tart cherries, on the other hand, deliver anthocyanins that your body uses immediately. These compounds travel through your bloodstream and begin reducing inflammatory enzymes that damage joints and tissues. A study in the Journal of Natural Products found that Montmorency tart cherries contain extremely high levels of cyanidin compounds. These are the exact antioxidants that suppress inflammatory pathways at a cellular level. Research published in the Natural Medicine Journal confirms that tart cherries yield far more of these compounds than raspberries and contain unique anthocyanins not found in blueberries, cranberries, or elderberries. This is why people feel the difference quickly. The antioxidants reduce oxidative stress, protect your cells from damage, and help restore your natural repair processes. Inflammation drops, mobility improves, and recovery becomes faster. And unlike many supplements, tart cherries do not need to build up in your system. Your body absorbs them and begins using them within hours. Another reason tart cherries stand out is their effect on muscle recovery. The Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition ran a study on athletes. The athletes who consumed tart cherry supplements had reduced muscle breakdown and lower physiological stress for 48 hours after intense training. Their bodies recovered faster, and their performance stayed stronger. This same effect is extremely helpful for adults over 40. When inflammation interferes with recovery, people feel sore for days after simple chores or workouts. Tart cherries help interrupt that cycle. They calm the inflammation, support muscle repair, and help your joints function more smoothly. A clinical trial of older adults between 65 and 80 revealed something even more impressive. Drinking tart cherry juice daily increased the body's DNA repair activity. It also lowered C-reactive protein, a major marker of inflammation. This combination is what makes tart cherries so effective. They reduce inflammation and help your body fix the damage caused by years of stress and poor dietary habits. Your body recognizes these compounds instantly, which is why people often feel improvements in sleep, joint comfort, and energy within days instead of months. How to use tart cherries the right way. Now that you understand why tart cherries work, you need to know how to use them correctly. Not all cherry products offer the same benefits. Some are diluted. Some are mixed with apple juice. Some contain added sugar that actually increases inflammation. To get the results seen in the studies, you need pure tart cherry sources. The first option is tart cherry juice. This is the most convenient method because it delivers the antioxidants in a concentrated liquid form that your body absorbs immediately. The research suggests about 1 cup per day. Many people drink it in the morning, but drinking it at night has an extra benefit because tart cherries naturally contain melatonin. This is the hormone that helps regulate your sleep cycle. A study in the European Journal of Nutrition showed that tart cherry juice significantly improves sleep quality. So not only do you reduce inflammation, you sleep better. When choosing a juice, the label should say 100% tart cherry juice or Montmorency tart cherry juice. It should not contain added sugar or be labeled as a blend. Blend products are mostly apple juice with a small amount of cherry flavor, and they do not provide the same benefits. The second option is frozen or dried tart cherries. Many people enjoy adding them to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Frozen cherries contain the same antioxidants as juice. A cup of frozen cherries or a quarter cup of dried cherries gives you similar levels of anthocyanins. If you choose dried cherries, read the ingredients carefully. Some brands add sugar, oils, or preservatives that you do not want. The only ingredient should be tart cherries. The third option is tart cherry extract. If you travel often or want something portable, this is a convenient way to get the benefits without refrigeration. Look for a supplement that contains at least 500 milligrams of tart cherry extract per serving. It should not contain fillers, dyes, or artificial ingredients. Supplements are not as hydrating as juice, but they still provide concentrated anthocyanins. You do not need all 3 forms. Choose the one that fits your daily routine. The most important thing is consistency. Your body responds when these compounds are present regularly. Who benefits the most from tart cherries? Tart cherries are beneficial for nearly everyone, but some groups see particularly strong results. Adults over 40 often experience improvements in joint comfort because age naturally increases inflammation. If you wake up stiff or feel soreness after simple activities, tart cherries can help break that cycle. Athletes or anyone who exercises frequently benefit as well. Studies show that tart cherries reduce muscle soreness and help maintain performance after strenuous activity. If your workouts leave you feeling worn out for days, tart cherries can support faster recovery. People with a family history of heart disease, diabetes, or Alzheimer's also benefit from reducing inflammation early. Inflammation is involved in the progression of these conditions, so lowering it is a smart long-term strategy. Even if you are generally healthy, tart cherries support your body before problems begin. People who prioritize prevention tend to stay healthier later in life. They make choices that protect their joints, support their heart and brain, and maintain their energy levels. Tart cherries are one of the simplest tools for doing exactly that. However, tart cherries are not intended to cure disease. They do not replace medical treatment. What they do is support your body's natural healing processes. They help reduce inflammation that may be contributing to your discomfort. And for many people, that makes a meaningful difference. Because tart cherries affect blood pressure and blood thinning slightly, people who take medications such as warfarin should talk to their doctor before adding concentrated cherry products to their routine. For most people, tart cherries are safe, natural, and easy to incorporate into daily life. Why most people don't know about this. If tart cherries are so effective, why don't more people know about them? The truth is that they are not a billion-dollar product. Large supplement companies cannot patent Tart cherries, so they do not invest money into advertising them. Instead, they promote synthetic pills that can be trademarked and sold at a high price. Another reason is that Tart cherries do not promise instant results in minutes. They work quickly, but they work naturally, and they support your body's own healing processes. Many people overlook simple solutions unless they are packaged as complicated or expensive. Food-based solutions also get buried under the constant marketing of trendy powders, fancy drinks, and supplements. But when you look at the research, Tart cherries consistently outperform many popular anti-inflammatory products. They support your joints, your muscles, your sleep cycle, your brain, and your heart. And they do all of that without chemicals or artificial ingredients. The information is available, but it is not promoted aggressively. That is why many people continue searching for complicated solutions when a simple one is already available. How long it takes to feel a difference. Most people begin noticing results within a surprisingly short time. Some people feel improvements in sleep the very first night because Tart cherries naturally support healthy melatonin production. Others feel reduced stiffness and joint discomfort within a few days. For deeper inflammation, it can take 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use. The key is to understand that Tart cherries lower inflammation gradually but steadily. They do not mask symptoms. They help repair the source of the inflammation. And because of that, the improvements tend to last longer. If you want faster results, pair Tart cherries with hydration and movement. When your joints are lubricated and your muscles are active, your body can use the antioxidants more efficiently. Even gentle activity like walking increases circulation and helps deliver the anti-inflammatory compounds to the areas that need them. Most people who stick with Tart cherries for 3 to 6 weeks report noticeable improvements in energy, mobility, and overall comfort. It becomes part of their routine because they feel the difference when they stop. The best time of day to consume Tart cherries. You can take Tart cherries at any time, but certain times support specific benefits. Drinking Tart cherry juice in the morning helps kickstart your antioxidant levels for the day. Your body absorbs the compounds quickly, and they begin protecting your cells from oxidative stress as you go through your activities. If your main goal is better sleep, consuming them 1 to 2 hours before bedtime works very well. The natural melatonin supports your sleep cycle and helps you fall asleep more easily. In the European Journal of Nutrition study, participants who drank Tart cherry juice in the evening slept longer and had higher sleep efficiency. If you use Tart cherries to recover from exercise, consume them right after your workout. This is the period when your muscles experience inflammation from repair processes. Tart cherries help reduce that inflammation and help your recovery feel smoother the next day. The most important factor is consistency. Tart cherries do not need to be consumed at the exact same minute each day. What matters is keeping the antioxidants present in your system regularly. Realistic expectations and what to avoid. Tart cherries provide powerful benefits, but there are a few things to avoid if you want the best results. The first is added sugar. Sugar promotes inflammation, which cancels out the benefits you are trying to achieve. Always choose unsweetened Tart cherry products. Another mistake is choosing cherry-flavored products instead of real Tart cherries. Flavored drinks, candies, or yogurt toppings contain little or no anthocyanins. They offer taste but not the benefits. A third mistake is inconsistency. Some people try Tart cherries for 2 or 3 days and stop. But the research is based on regular intake. Your body needs time to build a steady level of antioxidants. When you take them daily, the benefits accumulate. It is also important to manage expectations. Tart cherries support your body's healing. They do not act like painkillers, and they cannot reverse years of inflammation overnight. But what they can do is help your body lower the inflammation naturally and support joint comfort, sleep, and long-term health. If you take medications for blood thinning, blood pressure, or diabetes, Check with your pharmacist or doctor before adding concentrated cherry extract. This is just a precaution. For nearly everyone else, Tart cherries are safe, natural, and beneficial. Now you know why Tart cherries work so quickly and why they outperform turmeric for many people. They help reduce inflammation, improve recovery, support sleep, and protect your cells from damage. If you want a simple, natural, inexpensive way to feel better, Tart cherries are an excellent choice. If you found this video helpful, click the like button. It tells YouTube that this content matters and helps more people see it. And if you want more science-backed information about natural foods and simple health strategies, subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every week. In the comments, tell me what you want the next video to cover. Your ideas directly shape future topics. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.